This is the woven picot stitch, which is a 3D triangle that is attached at the base of the fabric. A variation on this stitch is the detached base woven picot stitch. So you can see this one is completely away from the fabric here. And the reason you would do this is if you wanted to then attach it to another fabric or attach it to something that doesn't have fabric. So how do you make this variation? We start with our fabric in a hoop, and we're going to take a couple sewing pins. We want to kind of visualize our triangle, and on the back of our fabric, we'll put a pin. We'll put 2 pins in where we want the base of our triangle to go. So let me grab another one here, pop out and go in like so. So where my pin heads are, that is the base of my triangle. You can see I have pins right there. On the front of my fabric, just like the traditional woven picot, I'm going to pop my needle in the top and pop it back out, and that will be the top of my triangle. We have our threaded needle, and with this one, we want to bring our needle into the fabric from the front, so our knot is hanging out in the front here. And I'm leaving a couple inches from where my knot's going in to where the base of the woven picot starts. And that ensures that I have these tails that I can then stitch into something else. Next, we come up in the corner of our triangle, just like the regular woven picot here. We wrap our thread around the needle, around the sewing pin. And now we want to go underneath this other pin at the bottom and underneath the one at the middle. That way we're still making our outline triangle, but we're not attaching that corner to the fabric. And then we need to make our center line again, like so. Now we weave. So my thread's going off to the right. I'm going to weave to the left, flipping my needle around, so the eye of the needle weaves here. So we'll just go back and forth like our regular woven picot stitch here. And sometimes with those pins on the back, it's a little harder to get your needle around. You can also use safety pins if you want to make these lines, or stitch in waist stitches down there. Oh, don't want to catch my other woven picot. That will make these lines for you if you don't want to use pins. We'll go on through and keep going until we fill in our entire woven picot here. And I like to flip my piece around just because it's easier for me to get the needle in and out of the fabric. And we don't want to tug our thread too tightly because we want to keep this triangular shape. And I'm using all 6 strands of thread, so this fills in nice and quick here. All right, almost done. Oh, keep catching that other woven picot. There we go. All right, now that I have gone all the way and filled in the entirety of that triangle, I'm going to cut my little waist knot here. So snip that away and take out my sewing pins. So take out the one on the front, the 2 on the back, and then just give this a little tug so that tail comes right out. And there is my detached base woven picot. Ta-da! Oops.